The following BLTV program is brought to you by O'Flaherty Law. Please enjoy.
Welcome to Learn About Law. My name is Kevin O'Flaherty from O'Flaherty Law, and today we're going to explain how to prepare and file for a divorce in Illinois. The first thing you should do is try to determine whether your divorce is going to be contested or uncontested. An uncontested divorce is simply a divorce in which the parties can come to an agreement before filing about all of the issues surrounding the divorce, like child custody, child support, spousal maintenance, and the division of assets and liabilities. If the parties can come to this agreement, then you can get an attorney involved later in the process. If not, then you should hire an attorney right away because you're going to need to start preparing for trial from the outset. The next step is to determine if you qualify for a divorce in Illinois. There's a residency requirement and a living separate and apart requirement. Those are the two things you need to really watch out for. The residency requirement is that you have to have lived in Illinois for 6 months prior to filing for divorce. There's a exception for members of the military. There's also a requirement that you live separate and apart for 6 months prior to filing for divorce, unless both parties mutually agree to waive this separate and apart requirement. So once you've made the determination of what kind of divorce you're going to have and whether you're able to file yet, the next step is to create an inventory of all marital and non-marital property. Illinois is not a 50-50 division state. Basically, in Illinois, all marital property is divided based on a series of factors based on, in order to try to come up with a fair division of the property, not necessarily a 50-50 division of the property. But marital property is generally all property acquired during the course of the marriage. Now, there's exceptions to this, like inheritances that are kept separate and apart from marital property and not commingled. But as soon as possible, before anybody moves and before property starts getting disrupted, you're going to want to make a list of all the property that you believe is marital property, including household items, and a list of all the property that you believe is non-marital property, and your attorney can help you figure this out. This will kind of take a snapshot in time of the asset situation and make things a lot easier when negotiating the division of assets. There won't be a fog of war around what the assets actually are. Next, you're going to want to prepare your own personal finances. You should open your own bank account in a separate bank from the one you have been using for your joint account. You don't want any. You want complete separation from your spouse for this individual account. If you don't have a good credit card situation, you should probably apply for a credit card. And finally, starting to save is really important because divorce can be expensive, but also you're going to be losing your spouse's salary if your spouse did have a salary, and you may need to pay maintenance and child support obligations depending on how the divorce turns out. So as soon as you can, start hoarding away as much money as possible to weather the difficult financial times that you may face throughout the course of the divorce. Next, you're going to want to update your estate plan. So basically, you want to make sure that if you pass away, that your life insurance doesn't go to your spouse. You're not going to want all of your assets to go to your spouse. That's probably what your estate plan says. So you want to, as quickly as possible, meet with your estate planning attorney. It might be the same person as your divorce attorney. And make sure that you update what you want to happen to your assets when you pass away. This is updating your will, your trust, your powers of attorney. Your powers of attorney control who's going to be in charge if you're mentally incompetent. You probably don't want that to be your spouse. And also any beneficiaries on life insurance and 401ks or other retirement accounts. At this point, if you haven't done so already, you should hire an attorney to start the divorce process. You can file and complete a divorce on your own, but it's difficult. Then if it's not an uncontested divorce, you may put yourself in a really bad situation. The divorce has long-term financial consequences for everyone involved, so it's definitely worth what you're going to pay to get an attorney involved to help you with it, even if you jointly hire an attorney for an uncontested divorce. Next, you want to locate and prepare the necessary documentation that you need to file with the court to initiate the divorce. There's a divorce petition, but there's also a bunch of ancillary documents, and this may be different based on whether your divorce is contested or uncontested. And there's certain types of divorce in Illinois for people without children and low incomes that have a complete set of different documents that are a little bit more efficient than a standard divorce. So figure out what you need to file and prepare these. The next step is to file and execute and file those documents with the clerk, and at that point, a hearing will be assigned, a hearing date and location. If it's a contested divorce and you're the person filing, you'll need to serve the other side with divorce papers through personal service and basically give them notice of the initial hearing and location date. In a contested divorce, this is not necessarily going to be the trial date. There's often discovery and motion practice that goes on, and this might just be the initial date where people decide whether they're going to go to when the trial date's going to be and what the status of the case is. If there's child-related issues before your trial can happen, you're going to have to go through a mediation to try to resolve any child-related issues in the divorce. So by child-related issues, I mean custody and child support. So if you have any questions, you can leave them below this post at learn-about-law.com or below the video on our YouTube station. If you found this helpful and would like to be informed of our daily article, video, and podcast posts, subscribe to us on YouTube, iTunes, and SoundCloud. If you need some help, we offer free consultations at 630-324-6666. That's 630-324-6666. We have offices all around Chicagoland for your convenience. Thank you so much for watching and listening.
Thanks so much for watching our video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Click the subscribe button for new videos every week, and download and review us on iTunes. Visit learn-about-law.com for other legal-related articles and videos. Visit our business podcast and video blog, seizeyourbusiness.com, and visit Making Real Estate Fun for real estate videos and podcasts. Call us at 630-324-6666 for a free consultation.